Sarah, and Vinny on Alice at 97.3.
Here is your review. Do not tune out. Here is your review of Star Wars The Force Awakens. It stars Daisy Ridley. You're going to be hearing that name over the next 100 years. Harrison Ford, Adam Driver, John Boyega, Carrie Fisher, and Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac, do you know who that is, by the way, Sarah?
I don't think I do.
You see Ex Machina?
Yeah.
He was the bad inventor, the evil inventor.
Oh, okay.
And he plays an awesome character.
He looks like Joe Rogan.
He's Poe, right?
Yeah, he's Poe.
Oh. Ooh.
So this movie takes place 20 years after Darth Vader dies. And that's all I'm going to say. Marcus, we can't say too much. We're going to try it. We're going to lightly tread here. Is this the best Star Wars film?
Ever?
Of
Yes.
the 7?
No,
It's not.
No,
Is
it's
it
not.
in the top 2?
Top 3.
Oh.
Top 3. I would
Top
say
3? When you say
How
top
would you
3?
rank them?
Empire, Star Wars, and Force Awakens.
Okay.
I would rank Star Wars, Force Awakens,
You're
Empire.
out of your mind. Just come
Just
on.
so you know.
Don't insult me. Don't insult these Star Wars populists.
How did Daisy and John do? Will these two be able to carry the Star Wars legacy to a new generation?
Absolutely. They are great. Great. I love these guys. And it's nice to see some young, fresh, exciting, energetic blood in these Star Wars movies because the last 3 were not cutting the mustard.
Talk about the part of a lifetime.
Ooh.
Of a lifetime.
You can give the plot. You can tell people what
No,
the movie's about.
I don't want to
No,
say.
no, I don't wanna know.
I
You don't want to know
plot.
anything?
They don't want to know anything. No one wants to know anything. Is there anything that resembles Jar Jar Binks? Anything that
No.
lame? Anything at all?
No.
Anything.
No.
Marcus, should we talk about the new badass weapon the dark side has?
There's no real need to be
All right.
completely
Should we
honest
talk
with you.
about Adam Driver?
He's a really good actor.
I got a question
All right,
about
let's
him.
just leave those
just a
alone.
yes or no question. Because he's supposed to be like the new Darth Vader guy. Does he wear the helmet the whole time, or do you get to see,
You get to see his face. You
Oh,
see his
okay.
face.
All right. So he's
Yeah.
not just the Darth Vader.
Yeah.
How are the special effects? Were they perfect for this film?
Listen, everything about the special effects, as you would expect, perfect.
Perfect!
Everything about it is perfect. J.J. Abrams just, you know what's good about this guy?
What?
Is even with the Star Trek films, he really, he's not one of these like Tim Burton type of guys who'll take something and then just rip it apart and do it completely different in his way, which is okay every once in a while. There are some films and some just stories and movies that you shouldn't just mess with. Just leave it alone. This guy comes in, he knows the mythology of
Right.
Star Wars, he understands all the stories, and he kind of sticks to it. He doesn't go crazy with it. And
So he
you-
just does the best possible thing, being
Yeah.
true to the legacy that's been left by these other films.
absolutely perfectly well done. So good. He's really good at it.
Tread lightly when I ask you this. Does the film leave you hanging?
Well, I mean, yeah, of course it does. Everybody knows there's like 2 or 3 other films coming, so that's
Every
not-
Christmas for the next 3 years,
Yeah.
what I heard.
Yeah.
Marcus, is this movie fun? Were there times you wanted to clap and boo and cheer?
Yeah, you know, the only drawback, the only drawback to seeing the movie so early was that you didn't get to see the film with a real audience.
With
'Cause
cool
there was there was
people.
nothing but film critics in there, and
Bunch
they're
of
all kind of
lamos.
snooty, and
Super
nobody wants to
snooty.
clap and applaud and all that stuff. But listen, as soon as you sit down and you see that first card on the screen a long time ago in the galaxy far, far away, you were immediately sent back into that time when you were like 12 years old or whatever. It's so good.
Did JJ do a better job with Star Trek or Star Wars?
Listen, it's difficult for me to say.
You better pick.
It's actually not
The
difficult.
Star Trek movies are great.
Those
I
Star
love-
Trek movies are awesome, but since I'm a Star Wars fan, I'll go with Star Wars.
Sum it all up, let me just say this. It's been a couple days since I've seen it. I'm still thinking about Star Wars. One scene in particular, I felt like a 7-year-old boy watching it again. I'm going to go ahead and give this movie 4 Persians.
Wow, that's actually lower than I expected you to give it.
Lower than I expected you to give it.
Listen, I basically I liked every single thing about the movie. Other one nit to pick was that since these were new characters, they jumped into it right. This is actually one of those instances where I felt like the film should have been longer, and it was already 2:20.
220.
And I felt like it should have been longer because these brand new characters, you really don't have enough time to
Get to
really
know
get
them.
emotionally involved with them before everything starts, and you're just kind of supposed to care about what happens to them, and they're supposed to care about each other like right after they met. So that's my only real nit to pick. But other than that, man,
What do you give it?
start to finish, 4.5 Aussies.